Microsoft Dynamics 365 Enterprise Edition is one of Microsoft's suites of products that is offered to the market. Dynamics CE is one of those sub-products that fits nicely in that suite of products. From here, you'll see the green bubbles on your screen highlighting all the different offerings within Dynamics CE that the market can take hold of and purchase. Project service automation, sales, customer service, field service, and marketing all encompass Dynamics CE and its power to deliver to the market and to your business. If you look at the image and you see the options all around, you'll notice there are various supporting products that just take your business to the next level together with Dynamics CE. From the left, we'll talk about Power Apps, Power Automate, and Microsoft Dataverse as accompanying products, and these work well and integrate directly to Dynamics CE to further enhance Dynamics CE's reach to your established systems and to any other external systems that you may need or want interactions with. Office 365 comes with its own built-in integrations, empowering your stretch and your communication abilities from Dynamics CE to your staff and to your client base. Artificial intelligence, Power BI, IoT are all analytical tools alongside Dynamics CE that offer better enrichment of your data and offer better reporting aspects to you, your customers, and to better serve yourselves, taking you from one level to the next. AppSource, Power Virtual Agents are just some of the other tools that can come alongside Dynamics CE and enrich your customer interaction with your business or allow your business to reach further community tools, again enriching your ability to serve your customers or enhance your internal processes. Your established system fits alongside all of these solutions. The reason we say that is Dynamics CE and its accompanying components will reach into any of the established systems you may have, interact with them, transfer data with them, and empower them to work with you. In working with your established systems, we can enrich the data within your system, transfer that data to Dynamics CE, create one single view of the data, and that single view becomes your single truth and your ability to understand and reach all segments of your business, all operations of your business, and all understanding of your business. Why is that important? Digital transformation says that we take your current systems and we transform that into new, modernized systems or solutions that will help you gain better access to your data and enrich your business through a journey. The journey of digital transformation takes you through a number of steps. These steps include empowered employees, engaged customers, transformed product, optimized operations. You will notice that the arrows take you through a journey from start to finish, but also encompass between steps. This means that the life cycle can go in between and a journey throughout all 4 steps. Dynamics CE and its ability to work closely with your established systems allows you to go on this journey, taking it step by step, piece by piece, reaching small but important return of investment points, allowing you to understand your growth, measure your growth, ultimately provide better service to your customers, measure your return on your investment. The first example we're going to show you is a stock counter application. This has allowed users to use a Power App to count and do stock takes, but feed that information directly into Dynamics CE. This process is done by users scanning the stock through a device and having that device feed information directly to Dynamics CE for visibility and storage. What you see in front of you is Dynamics CE having been extended to work with stock counts, showing you a stock count journal and no stock count lines. The stock count lines will come from the device scanning the stock and feeding that back to Dynamics CE. As you can see, the Power App has been built to allow the users to do the stock take and complete that through scanning the barcodes. Scanning the barcodes will save that data and upload that data to Dynamics CE. In this example, we're going to scan a few barcodes and have a quantity of 8 for our first product. Next, we'll scan another product. Here, we're going to add a quantity of 12. Now we're talking and having a quantity of 20 across 2 products from our stock take. So as we refresh Dynamics CE, so you'll see the quantity of 20 that's come through. I said to you that this information will go back directly to Dynamic CE and harvest that information in Dynamic CE. The best part about this is that the information from the device is captured directly into Dynamic CE, saved and stored securely. We can track and measure exactly what's being done in the stock count, and the user has no knowledge of anything different, and they will continue to process their stock count as they see fit. If we compare the stock count tab again, and we compare CE, you'll notice that the information is the same truth on both sides. The storage of the information is a single truth in Dynamic CE, as we mentioned before. Once we've done and completed our stock count, we will move on to the next step and complete the stock count. We can see that the staff members that have done the stock count are shown as a summary at the top, and at the bottom we see a summary of all the counts that have been done across all staff members. The total quantities will be shown here as a summary, allowing the owners, all the staff that are counting, to be able to see exactly what has been counted and what would be sitting in finally in Dynamic CE. The example shown to you shows how Dynamic CE has been extended and works directly with established systems and allows the stock takes to be captured quietly, quickly, seamlessly, and has all that information directly in Dynamic CE. The next example we're going to show you is where we've extended Dynamic CE to again integrate with your established systems and work with COVID-19 as an example. What you'll see in front of you is how we've tracked and measured the active employees within the organization. On the left, we can see the daily COVID submission options, COVID response options. Dynamic CE has been extended to allow the capture of the COVID responses from all employees, both internal in the organization and factory employees. This application has allowed the business to understand exactly where and when and what the information is being received by the COVID responses from the employees. So how we extended this is through a Power App and allowed the users to log in through a Power App and validate themselves and then submit their COVID response. Clicking Login allows the employee to then be presented with the options to choose who they are and validate themselves through a clock number. Validations is done to ensure that we get the right COVID response from the right person. So the business then can ensure that the integrity of the data captured on the app is valid. COVID responses need to be accurate for business to respond correctly. Capturing the correct clock number will allow the employee to progress to the next stage. It is at this stage that the employee can now capture that information by entering the temperature and asking all the questions that are pertinent to a COVID questionnaire. You will notice that more than one question has been identified as yes. This means that the employee is showing those symptoms. Business need to be able to respond and act quickly on any of those questionnaires where more than one question has been answered yes. When the employee is done, the employee will click on the submit button to progress to the next step. A notification is then generated to HR and will allow HR to take swift action, identify the source of the symptoms, and understand what action steps to take next. This submit will save that data to Dynamic CE, as you can see on your screen, allowing business to understand exactly who has submitted data and who has not submitted data. HR can further take action on those employees who have not submitted and understand if their employee is in fact at work or is not at work, and therefore understands their workforce, understands the status of their workforce, and understands the status of COVID within their business. The next example we want to work with and show you is an example of a delivery supervisor app. Here we had to integrate and work with information for the delivery drivers, understanding where the driver workforce was on the road, and allow the supervisor to understand and see exactly where the drivers may be located, what the status of the information is, and what the status of the deliveries are. You'll see that we just talk about the downloaded, and that shows us if the drivers have downloaded their delivery information for the day. On the right, we've got a map showing exactly where the drivers would be allocated and when last the information was updated. That refresh is done every 2 minutes from the driver's devices, allowing us to have a 2-minute delay in exactly where our drivers are located. Zooming out, you can see that there is a GPS locator, and that is an example of exactly where the driver would be sitting at that given point in time. On the left-hand side is all the deliveries for the day that we're able to see and track and monitor. And as the drivers complete the delivery, so we will be able to see the status change on those deliveries, and therefore quicker and efficient access to information for the supervisor, and ultimately feedback to the customers to identify exactly where the delivery is, how far it is from the customer, and how soon that delivery will possibly be arriving at their door. So referring back to digital transformation and dynamic CE and your established systems, you can see so far in examples of how dynamic CE has been enriched and stretched to work exactly with your established systems and empower the employees to interact with their customers with greater efficiencies and more accurate data. In the next example we're going to show you, we talk about a dashboard of document submission. This dashboard was built using CE, extending it to the platform, allowing staff members to be able to see and track the progress of any document submission from suppliers. Having statuses allows the users to identify exactly where in the process that information sits. As you can see from the options, users are able to interact with that documentation, get sign-offs, add information, and then process that through to completion. In this example, we've taken the service desk and all the ticketing information and presented that in an application that allows users, employees, to better understand the status of all the cases, work with them, and choose the different options to interact and understand exactly what is going on within the system. As you notice, the application allows us to filter and work through the different statuses. We have a find option that's able to find cases by customer, and we're able to filter that with the statuses as well. Using this, customer service agents are able to sit with customers and identify exactly what the status of their cases are in real time and update and amend those cases. This information can be extended to your ticketing system within Dynamic CE or your on-premise ticketing system that you may have. In Dynamic CE, you can see the list of cases that are available and that are linked to the case management app that we've just shown you. Drilling down into one of these cases, we can see the case information that is pulled through. We can set the priority, we can reassign it, we can set the case status, and we can see a summary about the case on the side. Keeping this in an app, we again can sit with the customer, work through it, show exactly the status, change the status on the fly, and have the customer confirm all the relative information, and know that when we're done, our systems are all updated, us and the customer are aligned, and now we have an accurate situation and understanding of exactly what tickets are outstanding and what have been closed in the last period. And needed to be able to access customer information real time, to share with the customer, capture with the customer, and ensure as up-to-date information as possible with the customer standing in front of them. Drilling into a customer after having found the customer within the system, they're able to understand the information that is currently stored about that customer, what addresses the customer may have for delivery, what assets the customer may have bought or is desired to purchase with the business. You'll notice that we're able to add assets or add addresses or add other information so that we can gain the right information with the customer. This empowers our employees to understand the customer better, empowers the service with the customer, as we now know as much information about the customer and as accurate information about the customer. And so every engagement with the customer from here on means cleaner, clearer, crystal clear actions and information.